Welcome back to Breakfast Television on this Friday morning. That means one thing, and that means it's time for Thor's movie reviews, otherwise known as Thor's Hammers.
You got it.
All right, so we've got two movies we're reviewing. One of them is based on a true story.
Yes, this is Foxcatcher. You're obviously hearing a lot of Oscar buzz about this one because of Steve Carell. He is unrecognizable as John DuPont, a millionaire in the 80s who took wrestler Mark Schultz under his wing and wanted to train him for the 1988 Olympic Games in Seoul, Korea.
Do you have any idea who I am? If some rich guy calls you on the phone, I wanted to speak with you about what you hope to achieve. What do you hope to achieve, Mark?
I want to be the best in the world.
Good.
Wow.
This is a side of Steve Carell that we really haven't seen him do before, and that is do a serious role.
This is his foray into legitimate Oscar caliber acting, as well as Channing Tatum, who proves that he actually is a great dramatic actor. And Mark Ruffalo, we already knew he was a great actor. He plays Mark Schultz's brother, Dave. This is a fascinating story, Kyle, and Carell is just so transformative in this role. He had a prosthetic nose, so he's unrecognizable, and the character is just so eccentric. The problem with Foxcatcher is you don't get to know too much about who John DuPont was or why he became this kind of reclusive, eccentric millionaire kind of holed up in his mansion. But the film is from Bennett Miller, who gave us Capote and Moneyball, and it's just so stunning in its approach to the framing and the cinematography. So it pulls you into this world, but it's very, very grim. I mean, if I could fault it for one thing, it's sort of a slow, methodical pace to it, but you can't help look at these characters and be caught up in this world that they create.
What is Channing Tatum's performance like, too? He looks like he's also very in a different role, too, been being very serious.
He's very intense, yeah. I mean, this character of Mark Schultz, he was dealing with a lot of sort of aftermath of winning the gold medals in the previous Olympic Games. He was struggling to find work, so he does that very well. He's got a very emotional resonance to him, and there's one scene in particular in a hotel room when you saw him when he punched the lamp. That is an incredible scene, and some of Channing's best acting. But Steve Carell, I'm thinking Oscar buzz for him. He is astounding in this film.
No kidding. Okay, so the Foxcatcher, your review.
I gotta go one of the best of the year, 4 out of 5 for this one.
That's pretty good.
I would hold back giving it a 5 just because I say it's such a grim movie and it's such a slog emotionally to get through, and it does have some pacing problems because it is very long. But man, see this one for the acting and the look of the film as well. Foxcatcher, it's a fascinating story.
Okay, switching gears completely, lightening things up. Horrible Bosses 2.
Yes, we're back with a sequel, and it's more of the same hijinks. Obviously, Dale, Kurt, and Nick decide that their business isn't going so well as they planned because of this slick investor. So the trio basically try to pull off this harebrained kidnapping scheme. You talked to Chris Pine earlier. He's in this one. He's actually hilarious in this film. He demonstrates great comic timing. Christoph Waltz, who's a 2-time Oscar winner, Jamie Foxx as well, another Oscar winner. They bring some acting credibility to this one, but unfortunately, their roles just aren't very deep or dynamic, you know? It's these guys doing the same thing over and over again. The jokes are lewd and crude. There are a lot of them, but after about 50 minutes or so, I just grew tired of it, and it just felt like they were pushing the envelope for the sake of it. There's not really any good story, and it doesn't live up to the sort of originality of the first one. So unfortunately, this one, Kyle, I really disliked Horrible Bosses 2.
Well, okay, before you even review this one, that's kind of the sentiment I think that goes with most sequels, especially comedic sequels, right? Anyway.
Totally. Scraping the bottom of the barrel for this one, unfortunately, I'm going to have to go with 2 out of 5.
Ooh, that Chris Pine was so nice. 2 out of 5, really?
Yeah.
That's it?
He gets 1 hammer.
He gets
for his
one.
performance alone, yeah.
Well, he gets 5 hammers for me.